You want to be feared, respected, unshakable. Then listen closely. A true warrior never reveals his intentions. He walks in shadows. He observes in silence. Because he knows. The world isn't always cheering for him. Sometimes, what you share out of pride returns as a blade in your back. This isn't about being cold. It's about being strategic. The one who speaks too much exposes his armor. And the exposed are always the first to bleed. In this video, you're going to discover why silence is a deadly weapon. You'll understand how maturity transforms impulse into wisdom, and most importantly, why keeping your plans to yourself might be the very thing that keeps you from being destroyed before the battle even begins. If you want to live like a warrior, stop acting like a civilian. This isn't about being liked. It's about surviving, winning, building a force that no one understands, but everyone respects. Let's begin with the first lesson. Silence isn't a lack of response. It's control. It's dominance. It's a quiet declaration that you don't owe anyone proof of your worth. Think about the greatest leaders in history. They didn't scream. They didn't beg for attention. They waited for the right moment. And when they spoke, the world listened. Because silence sharpens the impact of words, and a true warrior never wastes impact. We live in a world where everyone wants to be heard. People broadcast their goals, their victories, their next moves, thinking it makes them powerful. But real warriors walk a different path. They know exposure attracts enemies. Speaking too much reveals vulnerabilities. And the most dangerous enemy is the one smiling while studying your next step. So they stay quiet. They observe. They conserve their power until the time is right. And when they move, no one sees it coming. Want more respect? Speak less. Want to be underestimated? Good. Underestimation is a shield. While they think you're weak, you train. While they doubt you, you rise. And one day, when the time is right, you strike with everything you've been building. And you win. From the silence that protects to the maturity that guides. But silence alone isn't enough. Not if you're still fighting your battles with the heart of a wounded boy. The next step to becoming a complete warrior is mastering something that doesn't come with age, but with awareness, maturity. Maturity means knowing not every war deserves your sword, not every insult deserves your energy. A mature warrior doesn't panic. He calculates. He understands that losing a small battle might be part of a greater victory. He doesn't chase revenge. He chases results. And that requires self-control. Immaturity shouts. Maturity chooses silence. Immaturity tries to prove something. Maturity knows who it is. If you're still explaining yourself constantly, defending every move, reacting to every opinion, you're handing your weapons to the enemy. The world is full of loud, empty voices. People who speak from insecurity, from ego, from a lack of purpose. But warriors, they speak only when necessary. They act when needed. They observe when chaos erupts. Because they know every wild enemy reveals a pattern. But only the mature have the clarity to see it. So if you want to grow, stop reacting to everything. Not every shot fired deserves a counterattack. Sometimes the best response is silent success. And that calm, disciplined rise. It'll make more noise than any angry words ever could. Which leads us to the final lesson. The one thing you must always protect: your plans. From maturity that controls to the secret that preserves. You've learned the value of silence. You understand the strength of maturity. Now, it's time to protect the most sacred weapon in your journey, your mission. Because trust this, what you reveal can be used to destroy you. You've got dreams, goals, fire in your chest, then guard it, because your plans are seeds, and seeds need darkness, hidden soil, and time to grow. When you expose them too soon, you rip them from the earth. You kill your own momentum, and worse, The world doesn't always respond with support. Sometimes it responds with envy, with sabotage, with subtle doubt. Not every good luck is sincere. Some people smile at you while praying you fail. And if you keep handing them the blueprint to your future, you'll watch it burn, not by accident, but by your own exposure. Learn from the generals. They never share the full strategy. They only show results. Learn from the hunter. He doesn't announce his approach. He moves in silence and strikes at the perfect moment. Learn from the masters. They don't broadcast every move. They just appear victorious. Be that kind of warrior. One who speaks less, does more. Who doesn't need to explain, but delivers results. Who builds in silence, prepares in the shadows, and conquers in broad daylight. Because those who talk too much build too little. If you truly want to win, protect what's sacred. Protect your plans. You don't win wars with brute strength alone. You win with strategy. And the deadliest strategy of any warrior is this: know when to be quiet, when to act, and when to disappear completely. Silence is your shield. Maturity is your armor. And your plans, they're the map to your throne. Guard all three. Never underestimate the power of moving in secret. Never doubt the force of being misunderstood. And never, ever reveal your next move. The world doesn't need to know. It only needs to see when it's already too late to stop you. If this message lit a fire inside you, subscribe right now. Like the video. Comment below. I move in silence. Share this with a fellow warrior who needs to hear it. Because on this channel, we don't build followers. We awaken warriors. And a real warrior never explains. He just wins. We rise in silence. We strike with purpose. Stay sharp. Stay unseen. Stay dangerous. We're in this together.